I would like to invite already the next speaker on the stage. Ashish Kalra is a data expert in #U, and he applied his expertise in the past at companies like Raiffeisenbank, Omio, and Yodel. And currently he's owning the data strategy and is as a head of data and analytics, and he will tell himself about his work. Welcome.
Thanks a lot. You can hear me perfectly? Thank you. I'm Ashish Kalra. So today we're going to talk a bit about brand building and how we are actually driving data-driven brand building into the space of marketing and different kind of integrations that we are taking care about it. First of all, okay. Yeah, it works. Maybe first I should really explain what do we mean by brands, or brand builders. Like brand builders is just a collection of brands. So we can also call it, let's say like Unilever is also a brand builder. They have 500 different kind of brands under their umbrella. And after that, let's say like they have a lot of different focus. So it can range from body, bath, and like different kind of pedicure products and everything. But where we come into the picture, we are also brand builder. We incubate our own brands, we launch them, and we actually provide them full set of infrastructure to proceed and get up to a good scale. What do we mean by digital native vertical brand? So digital native means, as I said, like #U is the parent company, which is a brand builder. And under our umbrella, there are a lot of brands. At the moment, only 2, but very soon there might be more than 10. And we provide them our own brands, like whole set of technology infrastructure, warehousing, and whole set of infrastructure around it. How do we actually position ourselves into the market space? Let's say like, I just gave a very big example. Let's say like Unilever. Which is a very big company. Every one of us knows about it. We stand into the space of social media branding. So let's say like we do only social media marketing, and influencer marketing has been our main competency from a very long time, which actually a lot of different brand builders are trying to explore nowadays. Data is definitely very core into that space because it's a classic e-commerce way of doing the business, and let's say like performance tracking comes quite important into the picture because customers are not free, and customers are not easy to acquire, and customers are not easy to convince as well. So we know it quite well. And e-commerce industry is associated with a lot of operational work, which is quite expensive. So you have to have very deep level of optimizations into the picture. So data is definitely a core part of our business, and that's our main selling point as well. So we only create digital native vertical brands so that like the whole marketing and everything just happening digital only. When actually we launch our brand brand builder roughly like 3.5 years ago, we didn't think about creating a very good data infrastructure. It was very basic, running on Google Sheets, like exporting data from Facebook ads, different kind of operational infrastructure, copying into one Google Sheet or different Google Sheet, connecting them, getting our work done. As you guys can see it already, it's not that easy because first of all, it's not scalable. So we want to launch multiple brands. So as soon as number of brands gonna grow, a number of customers gonna grow, Google Sheets are definitely not reliable. They do a very good job for short or let's call it small company, but definitely not for very, very big and scalable companies, because the ultimate challenge for any brand builder is scalability, so that like they can launch multiple brands and you can apply your own knowledge and technology across all the brands. So, as I said, definitely Google Sheets are not scalable and they are not reliable as well. And much more than that, actually, just to give you an example via story, it's so time consuming. Once we were actually trying to launch a different brand, it took us roughly around 3 months of manual work just to copy paste data from one Google Sheet to another Google Sheet so that like our data is not lost. So it was a lot of manual work that company had to do before. But I mean, that's how like the whole set of product system starts. So you really need to able to do very manual work before just to realize how an ideal product should look like. Then we came up with one architecture, which you can see here. First of all, I mean, there are a lot of different data connectors we have, or let's say like different data sources we have. It ranges from Shopify, which is an e-commerce platform, and then there are Google ads, there is Facebook ads, you need customer support, Zendesk, and then a lot of different other marketing platforms as well. So roughly, let's say like, at the moment we have more than 65 to 70 different data sources that we really had to take care about. So Google Sheets could definitely not be a good solution for that sake. And then what we really did, first thing probably we wanted to do, time was definitely a very important factor for us because we were really getting customers. Customer liked our product, but we didn't had a capacity, let's call it even data engineering team, to come and start getting data for us or placing it in a format through which we can actually just like make our data solution scalable and start analyzing data or make some data products out of it. So the first thing that we came up with, let's say like, let's just use very, very standard infrastructure. And we need to find out a solution through which we can create our data pipelines easily and quite fast. Time, as I said, was definitely a very, very important factor for us. And so Fivetran came quite handy for us in the sense because you can, we were able to create our data pipelines within half an hour. Only thing you need, add your credentials, add your destination, and then it will take care about everything itself. So on one hand, because I have been working into that space for a very long time, when you want to create the whole data engineering pipeline, in general, it can take any amount of time. It can take maybe 3 days, or it can take maybe a month as well, because you really don't know what kind of data challenges you might be encountering with once you start creating data pipeline. So in that way, Fivetran came quite handy because we could actually create our data pipeline within a day and start getting data in our data warehouse, which is Snowflake, and then start doing all data modeling and analyzing stuff via dbt. And we proceeded with this whole infrastructure in a maximum span of 25 days from setup. So we created from the time we actually acquired the tools, and within 21 to 25 days, we created our first dashboard over Metabase. So that was actually a very, very big like achievement for the team, considering because we just didn't had that much time. As I just said, let's say like we actually went from 5 data sources to 67 data sources. So that's actually quite a big achievement for us within, so that, first of all, that we did within actually 3 to 4 months. So consider at 3 to 4 months before we had 5 data sources, and now we have 67 different data sources. So it's actually quite a good way, the way we are handling this data pipelines via Fivetran. I would definitely consider it very, very robust solution because like we have data analytics team, and even they are able to create the data pipeline because it's a very step-by-step approach. Like, I mean, the way you create account over Google or anywhere, you just create similar way of data pipeline, just provide authentication, and then the data will be coming to your destination right away. As I said, definitely very less operational requirements. And personally, I always consider time is the most important thing at work. If you can really optimize it in the most impactful way, that's what probably the biggest challenge comes. At least that's what I have experienced. So that's why by creating so much of, by having the data via Fivetran data pipelines so easily and so quickly, we could actually focus much more time on impactful project. So as I said, like it took us roughly 21 to 25 days to start creating our dashboards and start doing BI activities. Otherwise, I think it would have taken my team roughly, I don't know, I can't even guess it at the moment, but I can imagine roughly 3 to 4 months at least. And what we actually really like about it, I mean, there definitely every product has some bugs, and I mean, there are bugs in every kind of product. But what we really liked about Fivetran was like the support that we get. It's actually kind of, you can say, that, let's say, like if there is a bug, we haven't faced a time when our bug was, or the bug that we raised with Fivetran is not solved within 2 to 3 days. And it's actually kind of quite a big, let's say, like work I can imagine that anyone have to do when one is solving those kind of issues. So definitely with Fivetran, we are able to manage a lot of our work very easily. And we are trying to focus much more work on actual work, which is about, let's say, like how we can optimize user journeys over our website, how we can do marketing activities, because marketing at the moment is so expensive, like every company is struggling around the world. So it's actually very, very much important for us to really place most of our efforts towards the marketing optimization and product optimization. Where do we stand? Where do we want to go in future? Mostly, as I said, #U is a brand builder. So we want to launch or acquire more brands. So that's our main target to actually scale with more brands under our umbrella. And that's something, how do we define our own growth? And regarding data engineering and around data solutions, definitely, I mean, something which Fivetran also knows about it. They are not all the data sources that are present over Fivetran, but that's definitely a case. There are like so many different marketing products that we don't have, such as, let's say, like Zenloop, which we use as a customer, let's say, like NPS system, to do NPS surveys and customer experience surveys. So, and MRCs, which is quite a big product, like by SAP for the CRM marketing. But some of these data sources are not present over Fivetran. But I think once we really have those data sources present over Fivetran as well, then we will be able to manage our whole data infrastructure much more easily. And it will ultimately, my aim would be just to have less effort on the data engineering side and more effort on the optimization side. And I think, I really hope at one point maybe Fivetran will make this vision very, very clear for me. Yeah, that's it from my side. Any questions from anyone?
Thank you very much, Ashish. Are there any questions in the audience?
Okay. I thought it was someone else. Speak.
No, I think it's not the case. In any case, you will stay a while, I think, after your talk, so you can catch up in the networking area. Yeah. Thanks again.